What's going on, everybody? This is your WOF Outlook and discussion for Tuesday, July 11th, 2023. And before we get into today's video, I hope everyone is doing well, remaining positive, and as always, staying blessed. All right, you guys, taking a look at the tropics this morning, starting off across the Eastern Pacific, you guys. Our first disturbance that we had a few days ago that I thought was going to become Calvin has quickly went across an environment that was not conducive for any type of additional development. It was very close to becoming a tropical depression, you guys. It was so close that the National Hurricane Center was just about ready to initiate advisories on the system, but then it just started to fall apart right after that, you guys. So that system is gone. Further to the south of there, they are watching another system that is yet again at a 90% chance of development, just like this first system was. And they said it just takes a little bit more organization, and advisors will be initiated on this system as well, you guys. So, will Calvin actually come out of this system, you guys? I believe it will. Even though I said it out of the first system, it did not happen. But I truly believe this second system being further south over much more warmer waters and it's supposed to stay on a course that takes it continuing off towards the west over warmer waters. This one should have that chance and opportunity to go ahead and develop into a storm, you guys. But with the Eastern Pacific, that remains to be seen, you guys. So if you haven't done so already, consider subscribing here at your Weather on the Fly so you can stay up to date and weather aware. As y'all guys hear, the Eastern Pacific love to change its mind all the time. So as it does so, you'll be able to receive the updates here right at your Weather on the Fly as the Eastern Pacific continues to want to change its mind, you guys. Now, as we take it on over towards the Atlantic, the Gulf of Mexico is fairly quiet, you guys. Dry air is dominating it. Nothing can develop there. Look here across the Caribbean, you guys. Sheer and dry air. No development is expected within the next 7 days. We do have a tropical wave here coming across parts of the islands here, the Lesser Antilles, you guys. That's going to bring them some showers and gusty winds. We also look here again, you guys, across the central and eastern tropical Atlantic. That dry air dominates the game here. We do have another tropical wave crossing the central Atlantic, you guys. But as I said, with this dry air, no development is expected right now. And we do have another wave coming off Africa. I can honestly say, you guys, these waves have been coming off Africa and they have been looking very good and healthy, you guys. So it all it's going to take is just for this environment across the Atlantic to become favorable, and I think all bets are going to be off once that happens, you guys. And as we go further up into the Atlantic, the National Hurricane Center is looking at this low pressure system here that's just to the east northeast of Bermuda that has a 50% chance of development. I believe this may go ahead and briefly become a subtropical or tropical depression, maybe even quickly become tropical storm Don before it eventually moves northward over the weekend into cooler waters further north into the Atlantic, you guys. But other than that, no other development is expected within the next 7 days. Now, as we head on over to the season that just keeps on giving, you guys, the severe weather season. I call it the season that just keeps on giving because it just don't want to stop, you guys. All right, taking a look at the lower 48, you can see we have an upper level system that's over the New England area that gave Vermont and all these areas, Vermont, New Hampshire, all this flooding that is going on up across parts of the Northeast and New England has been crazy, you guys. But that system is starting to move on out, which is very good news. So won't have to deal with that much any longer. Across the southern U.S., the Gulf Coast and desert Southwest, you guys are going to just continue to bake in the heat for the foreseeable future, even though it's the summertime and everybody's just about baking here across the U.S. unless you further up north here and got a little bit of chance to get into some of this cooler weather. But other than that, you're baking. But as far as that first system, you guys, across New England, that's starting to leave on out. This second system that's going to bring a marginal risk for severe weather across parts of the lower Mississippi Valley and deep south here across eastern Texas, Louisiana, coastal Mississippi, Alabama. That is with this upper disturbance that is coming out of Oklahoma right now, moving to the southeast. And for the severe weather that's going to be across parts of eastern Montana, extending into parts of South Dakota, Nebraska, Iowa, that's going to come from this upper level system that is moving eastward across the U.S. Canadian border, right around Idaho and western Montana, you guys. And that's going to be our catalyst for severe weather today. And as we pause this, to go to the surface plots, you guys. All right, get all this off. Take all the surface plots off. I say get to the surface plots. I want to take them off, you guys, so we can get to the convective outlook. All right, hold up. Severe mesoscale discussions off as well. All right, you guys, and as you can see, we do have the marginal risk of severe weather across East Texas, Louisiana, South Central Mississippi, coastal Alabama, and parts of the Western Florida Panhandle. We also have the slight risk up here, which does include, you guys, let's get some of these cities. Miles City, Circle here, and these are cities across parts of Montana. Borders, Gillette, Rapid City, Winter, O'Neill, Broken, what that is? Broken Bow, looked like it. It had been went off. Central City, Grand Island, Omaha, Des Moines, all these areas will be under a slight risk, you guys. The marginal risk does include from just about Billings, Montana, and goes all the way to yet again the Detroit, Michigan area for some severe weather. And as we take a look to see just what these storms are going to be up to, we do have a 2% chance of a couple tornadoes spinning up here from eastern Montana, extending on down here into parts of central Nebraska, getting its way on into parts of southern Iowa and extreme northwest Missouri. Hail for 1 to 1.5 inch in diameter here across from eastern Montana, extending into parts of Iowa and northwest Missouri, you guys. That hail pushing 1 to 1.5 inch in diameter across this slight risk will be there. Wind, same as the hail, 15% chance of that wind pushing 50 to 60, gusting to 70, maybe even as high as 80 miles per hour across the slight risk. And we will also have a chance of some damaging winds here across parts of the southern U.S., which does include New Orleans, Ocean Springs, Mobile, and Pensacola here for later on this afternoon. No significant tornadoes. That is good news. We do have a large significant area for hail, which does include parts of eastern Montana, extreme northeast Wyoming, extending into western South Dakota, on down into central and eastern Nebraska. You guys, that hail will be quite large here, pushing over 2 inches in diameter. So definitely be on the lookout for that. And no significant wind, so that is very good news. Now, as we check the HRRR to see just what these storms are going to be doing for the next 48 hours, just how they're going to materialize across the U.S., you guys. And let's see, get this going. All right, and we start here at 12 o'clock here at your Weather on the Fly, 12 p.m. Central Daylight Time. And as you can see here, you guys, by the time we get to 12 o'clock, we're going to already have some showers and thunderstorms across parts of the Dakotas here, you guys. And even look here across the southern United States, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, coastal Alabama, starting to get some of these showers and thunderstorms starting to develop here. Even look here up across parts of the Florida's peninsula, the northern part of the peninsula here between Tampa and Jacksonville. Some showers and thunderstorms could be starting to form here as early as the noon hour. We go to about 5 in the afternoon, starting to head into the evening, you guys. Let's check and see what this is going on. All right, you can see here, look across parts of south central Mississippi, just to the south of Jackson here. Clusters of showers and thunderstorms, even along the Mississippi Gulf Coast, southeast Louisiana. Could be seeing some showers and thunderstorms as we progress throughout the afternoon into the evening hours. Still look here up across parts of eastern Minnesota. I'm about to say Minnesota, you guys. Eastern Montana and extreme southwest North Dakota, you guys. Some clusters of showers and thunderstorms here. All hazards will start to be possible with these storms. As we move on to about 9, 10 in the evening, all right, let's get it going. All right, here we go. All right, by the time we get to 10 o'clock, you can see here up across parts of Eastern Texas heading into northwest Louisiana could have some cells here producing some gust damaging winds. Some locally damaging winds will be possible with these cells here, you guys. But look here up across parts of South Dakota, north central Nebraska here, you guys got to watch out for this cluster of cells here that could possibly be producing all hazards, hail, damaging winds, and a couple tornadoes. As we head on to about 1, 2 in the overnight hours, you guys, let's see how this all continues to materialize. Look here, once we get into the overnight hours, look across parts of northern Louisiana from Shreveport to Monroe. Look at these, this cluster of showers and thunderstorms. Definitely be on the lookout for some isolated hail damaging winds. Look here across parts of east central Nebraska heading into northwest Iowa, you guys. Look at this cluster of showers and thunderstorms for the overnight. All hazards will be possible here, you guys. So even during the overnight hours, you have to definitely be on the lookout here up across parts of especially western Iowa and eastern Nebraska. We go on to 7 o'clock, which segues us into convective outlook day 2, you guys, which will be for Wednesday. And as you can see, the Storm Prediction Center does shift that slight risk here over across parts of Missouri. Now we have Illinois, parts of Indiana starting to get into this, you guys. That marginal risk extends all the way on up into the New England area, you guys. So we'll definitely be yet again on the lookout for some severe weather over a large area. Let's check the probability. We will have a 2% chance of a couple tornadoes spinning up here from Illinois, north central Missouri, extreme southeast Nebraska, northeast Kansas, extending on into parts of western Indiana. We go to the hail. There's a 15% chance of hail around the Kansas City area, of that hail pushing 1 to 1.5 inch in diameter. 5% chance for the Chicago area, extending on down towards extreme northern Arkansas. We head on to the wind probability. You can see there's a 15% chance across the slight risk of those winds pushing 50 to 60, gusting maybe as high as 70 to 75. A 5% chance of those winds extending all the way into the New England area, you guys. No significant tornadoes, which is always good news. No significant hail as of right now, but we do have an area of significant wind, which does include the Kansas City area and also the St. Louis area. So we will definitely be on the lookout for winds probably pushing 80 to 85 miles per hour here, you guys, for tomorrow across this area. Now, as we continue to HRRR out to see just what these storms are going to continue to do here, around the 7 o'clock hour, you can see, look across central, heading into eastern Iowa, about to be entering parts of northwest Illinois. This heavy cluster of showers and thunderstorms. Even here across southern Arkansas, we have to be on the lookout. We head on to about 12, 1 in the afternoon for you guys Wednesday. And you can see here, look at, we're going to have a cluster of showers and thunderstorms again here across parts of northern Louisiana. May not be producing no severe weather, but definitely we'll be at the lookout for some heavy rain. So you guys, look here across parts of southern Iowa. Yet again, some more showers and thunderstorms are starting to develop here. Chicago could be dealing with a round of rain here, which could be producing some isolated instances of flooding here, you guys. Even across parts of the southern Florida peninsula, we'll have those showers developing off. We head on to late afternoon and the evening on you guys Wednesday. And as you can see here, across parts of southern Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, coastal Florida panhandle, showers and thunderstorms will be ongoing with the daytime heating. As well here up across parts of, yet again, Iowa extending into Minnesota, Wisconsin here, you guys, the Detroit area, Indianapolis, all these areas will be experiencing some showers and thunderstorms here with isolated hail, damaging winds, all in store here, you guys, with these storms here for your Wednesday evening. As we head on to as far as the HRRR will take us out, which will be convective outlook day 3. And as you guys can see, as of right now, the Storm Prediction Center does not have any slight risk area. They just have a large marginal risk that goes from eastern Colorado, Wyoming here, all the way into parts of the New England area, the mid-Atlantic, on down towards the Atlanta area, South Carolina, North Carolina. All you guys will have a chance for some severe weather, and I will not be surprised if this area is upgraded here as the days progress. So if you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe here at your Weather on the Fly to stay up to date, weather aware, you and the YouTube nation. As these updates come out, I have them posted here right for you guys here at the Weather on the Fly. As the watches, the what you call them, tropical weather outlooks, the heavy rainfall advisories, the severe weather watches, tornado watches. I have them posted right here for you guys in nice animated graphical form so you guys can stay up to date and weather aware. Now, as I take the we go ahead and take the HRRR off since we're done with that. We're done with the convective outlook, you guys. Now we're going to go to the excessive rainfall outlook. Because you know we've been having all this rain, you guys. So today here, looking at the excessive rainfall, just a marginal risk up here for parts of the New England area. So they're getting a relief. May still see a few showers today, but they're going to get a much needed relief here for today. We do have a marginal risk here across the southern U.S. with parts of northern Louisiana and southern Arkansas under a slight risk for some excessive rainfall. And even up here across parts of the plains here in the Midwest, we do have a marginal risk with a slight risk here for parts of Iowa and eastern Nebraska, you guys. As we head on to day two's excessive rainfall outlook, which will be for Wednesday, you guys. For your Wednesday, you can see there's a slight risk up here across parts of Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Michigan here, you guys, which does include Chicago, Detroit, St. Louis. All you guys, we have to be on the lookout for some flash flooding possibly for tomorrow. We do have a marginal risk here yet again across the Gulf Coast, New Orleans, Ocean Springs, Monroe, Shreveport, just to the east of Shreveport, you guys could have some instances of some flooding. You have to be on the lookout for that. As we go to day three excessive rainfall outlook, which will be for you guys Thursday. Did not what we want to see here up across parts of the New England area, you guys. Look here, upper New York, Vermont, New Hampshire could be under a slight risk of excessive rainfall for Thursday. So we have to be on the lookout for some flooding could easily happen up here, you guys, with the grounds already saturated. For your Thursday, could yet again have excessive rainfall, slight risk here across parts of southern Missouri, you guys, with a marginal risk extending on up into Omaha, Nebraska, southwest Minnesota, southeast South Dakota, you guys. So we will yet again with the severe weather that just keeps on giving. The flooding rains are just as bad as the severe weather. They just don't want to stop, you guys. And one more thing, you guys, before we go, we're going to take a look here at the U.S. temperature outlook. And as you can see here, for the next 6 to 10 days across the desert Southwest Texas, you guys are going to be baking with above average temperatures. Even across Louisiana, southern Mississippi, the Florida Peninsula, it's going to be hot, you guys. The only chance for some cooler than average temperatures to be up across parts of the northern central plains, Midwest, Great Lakes area, where these storms are constantly coming through at you guys. So as if you want cooler weather, go north. You love the warm, hot weather, stay south for right now, you guys. In the 8 to 14 day time frame, it's going to start to warm up, you guys, across parts of the northern United States. So don't expect that cool down to last for too long. Still going to be baking here across Texas, the Florida Peninsula, but you guys, it's the summertime. Even if it shows a little cooler than normal temperatures, it still be hot compared to what it could be, you guys. So all I'm saying is just stay cool out here during these summer months until we get the summer over with, you guys. And once we get into the fall, it'll start to feel better. I promise you guys. So that's going to be it for this one. Everyone be safe and be careful out here in this weather. And I will talk to you all in the next one.